This is a question I've seen in mine and many other creators' posts, and admittedly, many other large creators have answered it far better than I likely will. So be sure to go check out creators like Boots on the Ground and JB Policy. But let's dive into this. All right, so if you look at the history of politics in Canada, we predominantly flip-flop back and forth between conservative and liberal governments. And the reality is, when the conservatives get in, they usually spend their 5 to 10 years in power slashing and gutting and privatizing things. And people finally grow weary of this and in frustration vote in a liberal government who then spend the next 5 to 10 years trying their level best to reverse the damage caused by the conservatives. And this isn't always easy, especially if they only have a minority government where they're reliant on support from the other parties. And if you look at the last 10 years, the Liberals actually did a lot for our country. And I did a reel on all the positive things they accomplished, so go find that one in my feed. But more importantly, when you look at all the legislation that they didn't get passed because PP and the Conservatives voted against it, it's amazing the Liberals were able to get anything done in the first place. I mean, thank goodness for the reasonableness of the NDP and the Bloc. So let's dive into some of the things that I take issue with in terms of Harper. And keep in mind, he had a majority government in 2011 and to 2015, meaning he didn't need the support of any other parties to pass or change legislation. And we know the Conservatives' general stance is lower taxes, and they'll do that at any cost. But the true cost to Canadians is in things like infrastructure that crumbles and decays, and cuts to important social services. His tax cuts on GST alone stripped over $13 billion from government revenues to provide said essential services, and his income tax cuts that benefited mostly wealthy Canadians, more so than the working class, stripped another $17 billion in revenues from the government coffers. Prior to him taking office, the Liberals under Jean Chrétien were posting billions in fiscal surpluses, and within 2 years in office, Harper's Conservative government then posted 5 straight years of budget deficits. So of the 9 budgets the Conservatives presented to Parliament, 6 of them were in deficits. He straddled the incoming Liberals with $687 billion in debt, representing a significant portion of our economic output. He'd increased that by $150 billion in his time in office, while slashing essential services, mind you. And this is what Trudeau inherited. And you cannot fix damage of those epic proportions in 10 years. Not with minority governments and the opposition voting down every bill you've put forward out of spite, and not with a global financial crisis represented in the pandemic that gutted our economy. All that being said, housing is a provincial issue, and democratic governments do not control the price that private corporations charge for goods and services. No government can force a private entrepreneur to charge less for a house they build. If you're looking for someone to blame, blame capitalism. I hope that answered your questions. Peace out, and if you're not already following me, you should. It's going to be a ride.